Another Kentucky Derby hat, and this time we are just trying to alter it a little bit by using a different material for the brim. So in our previous video you would have realized that we've used the bird cage veil for the brim. This time around we want to experiment by using the lace fabric for the brim. Okay, so if you've not seen our Kentucky Derby hat video, I would advise that you go and take a look at it, because it's quite similar. The only difference is with the brim. So I'm not going to really go from the beginning of the project to the end with this particular video. I'm just going to carry on from kind of the middle, but I'll talk to you a little bit about how to start the whole thing. So you're going to need 2 cardboard boxes. Okay, I've already gone ahead to prepare my outer crown and then my inner crown, sort of, that will be sitting inside the hat. Okay, so these 2 have been prepared and I have talked about it, like I said, in our previous video. So an A4 sheet paper, fold it into 2, so you should have it like that, into 4, you know, and measure 4 inches in radius and take it all the way around to catch a circle shape. Okay, this is very much in detail with the Kentucky Derby hat video, and I'm going to pin it to this video at the top somewhere so you can click on it immediately and take a look at it. Right, so when you've done that and you've cut out your circle shape, what you're going to do next is to split this line. So you're going to split a line from here to the center like that. Okay, and you just cut it through the center, and then the next thing is to overlap it by 2 inches, and you'll be doing all this on your cardboard box. You can see my slit here on your cardboard box. Okay, so once you've overlapped it by 2 inches, you get some sticky tape to stick it together to have your shape. Then you go ahead and you cut your fabrics. So for me, I used 2 fabrics. As you can see, I have my satin fabric here, or my duchet satin fabric as the underlay, and then I have my lace fabric as the overlay for my outer crown. And then my inner crown, the one that is going to be sitting in like that, is just my satin fabric. Okay, so when you've done that, you just cover them with your fabrics and then you wait for them to dry. So we had done this in the previous class and it has dried, and we are back at this stage. So we are yet to move on to the next stage, which I'm going to be doing with you now. The next thing is to get your millinery wire, and the size or the length of the millinery wire you have to be cutting, that is 54 inches long of your millinery wire, and this is the 1mm gauge metal. All right, and when you've cut it at 54 inches wide, you're going to overlap it here, and as you can see, I've overlapped it here by 2 inches, so they go like that, by 2 inches overlap. Okay, when you've done that, you just hold those 2 together with cotton thread. So you just wrap it around, and all of that is in detailed in the previous video, like I said. Okay, then you get your ribbon. Okay, so this could be satin, ribbon, satin, whatever ribbon, but something to cover your metal so that we don't have the background of the metal showing through the brim, because as you know, you're going to be using lace fabric and it will be showing through, which is not really nice. But if we have a color, matching color that matches your lace fabric, that gives it a good appearance or a good look. Okay, so that's the essence of covering with a ribbon. So you just cover with your ribbon. You start off with some glue to hold it down, and then you keep wrapping it round. So that's what I have done here. You can see that I've run out of my violet ribbon, but I've carried on with lavender ribbon to finish it off. So you're just going to wrap it like I'm doing all the way around till you finish at the end, and then you stick it down with some glue. It could be evosti glue, it could also be uhu glue, whatever glue that you know will stick properly, you can use it. Then now let's come to the brim of our Kentucky Derby hat. All right, and like I said, we are using the lace fabric, so this is the fabric we're going to be using. The size of the fabric is 54 inches long, and then the width is 9 inches wide. Okay, so from here to here is 9 inches wide, and then the length is 54 inches long. At this point, I'm going to be explaining into details exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so let's get on. All right, so this is what I have done. I've sewn the lace fabric onto the brim. If you can see it here, I just wrapped it around the millinery wire, and then I stitched it down on the machine, as you can see. The next step is to do my garter stitch here, and then I'll pull it together. Okay, so I've put in the gathers. I'm just going to draw my thread and then try and wrap it a bit tighter, okay, with my thread like that. I don't want to distort the shape too much, so I'm still going to make sure that it's laying flat once I do that, and then I'll just try and stitch in the pull I've done. But I want to pull this bit here a little bit with my stitch. I'm just making sure that every bit of it looks well done. Okay, so we are at the point where we're going to be stitching the crown and the brim together. So we are bringing both pieces together at this point, okay? And I'm going to find the wrong side of my hat, and that happens to be on the reverse side of the back here. All right, so I'm going to put this on top of my hat and make sure that I have it centered properly. Press it down and lift it up. Okay, and bring the other bit as well together. Okay, so this is a point where we stitch both ends together. You can see this gap here. I'm going to try and close it off with a stitch. Okay, so I'm going to grab my needle and my thread, and then we do the invisible stitch we did. The final project looks like. So I've just embellished it with some feathers, so with some ostrich feathers, 3 of them lined up this way, and I fixed it with some glue gun, and then I did some bird cage net arrangement, just a little bit of it. I cut it and then I put the ends together, and then I tied it to a ribbon over here. When you look at it, I've just used 2 sets of ribbons in different colors and different sizes to make a bow, and I've stitched onto it some pearl beads and some crystal beads. Okay, and I just stuck a feather into it. So this is the end product of another Kentucky Derby hat. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to, as usual, give our video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to check our other channel as well, which inspires people through the sharing of positive life experiences, and that channel is Podcast with Sheila. So just search for Podcast with Sheila on YouTube and you'll find us if you are looking for some motivation. Until we meet again in our next video.